I was a late-night DJ for WYEP, Pittsburgh's NPR music station, which was sort of the sister station to WXPN. I was on Sunday nights, midnight to 4 a.m. I was right after the Christian Bluegrass show, and just before the rebroadcast of Well Cafe with David Dodd. And as you can see from looking at me, I am precisely halfway between Christian Bluegrass and David Dodd. But I loved that job because the way I found being a DJ, the strange experience, especially being a late night DJ, was it was this constant fight against the silence, against loneliness. Because as a DJ, you're having a conversation with someone you can't see, whose reaction you can't know, and who you're not sure is actually there. And as you're speaking into this microphone, it's just drawing all the sound out of you because the room you're in is soundproofed, so you don't even have the sound of your own voice resonating off the back wall, off the table. So it's just this all-consuming force that you can't defeat. So I was there in the studio completely alone. I felt like I was floating in space, like I was Major Tom. And my only link to ground control was the phone. And all the people who would call in on Sunday nights after midnight. And I had my regulars who would call me every week to request the same song. Bird Song, a specific version of Bird Song by the Grateful Dead. And it was cute for the first few weeks. And then it got to the point where it was like, dude, iTunes exists. You can buy the one track and leave me alone. I won't mind. There were the people who would call in and they would not like the music I was playing because I would not play. Well, just to give you an example, one year the station picked Coldplay's X+Y as Album of the Year, and they were wrong. I did not play Coldplay. I played everything that was very much not Coldplay. In fact, this could very well be my job application for WXPN. I promise I will not play Coldplay, or Gautier, or Adele. Other people got it covered. So they would call in, it's like, I would be playing the things I'd find in the dollar bin at the record store, like Pat Robertson's double gatefold vinyl, My Prayer for You, special to subscribers of the 700 Club only. Oh my God, yes, that is going on the air. With 3 decks of CDs playing underneath it, yes, it's just going to be madness, and people did not like it. And I was like, screw you, you're going to hear it anyway. And of course, the crazies, like the Elvis Presley guy, who would call when he managed to, I guess, skip his medication and slip past the nurses. The Elvis Presley guy was the guy that all the DJs warned each other about because he would always call in and he would talk in perfect circles. So once he got going, you could get out of the conversation. And he would tell you the same thing every time. The story of how in the 60s he was an Elvis Presley impersonator and recorded a song that some record executives heard and they were going to make him a big star, but then the industry screwed him over. And every song in rock and roll history is about how he got screwed over back in the 60s when he was an Elvis Presley impersonator and recorded a song. And it got better every time he told it because it got crazier. Neil Young's Searching for a Heart of Gold, it's about him. LL Cool J, love his songs, it's about him. This guy ran into Lisa Marie Presley during her lesbian phase when she was secretly living with Melissa Etheridge, and she knew about the whole thing. I was like, oh my God, dude, I've got work to do, but your deliciousness is crazy. Your craziness is delicious. Oh my God, he's infected my head. But the most memorable call I remember getting, this guy called up and said, hey man, I've been having a rough night, can I request several songs? I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, man, do you have a minute? I was like, yeah. He's like, I don't know how to say it, but I just got a phone call. My mom and my sister just died in a car wreck in North Carolina, and I gotta go identify the bodies. I will play everything for you ever. It was bad, and his situation kept getting worse throughout the night. And he ended up breaking up with his girlfriend because she was unsympathetic to his situation. His friends kept sort of bailing on him because he was looking for a ride down in North Carolina. And then he finally called me up. He was like, hey man, can you just play me some Psychedelic Furs? I was like, yeah, sure. It shouldn't have been a problem because the Psychedelic Furs are totally within the NPR music wheelhouse. And the computer said we had them, but it wasn't in the library. I couldn't find it. And I told him, I can't play it. And he thought I was lying to him. And he really said, man, please, I'm having the worst night. I just need this one song. And I'd gone from being the one guy he could count on to just another person who, when he needed so much, was telling him no when he was asking for so little. And he didn't call back for us that night. No one else called that night. And we were both just sort of floating in our own little spaces, trying to just stave off that inescapable, insatiable loneliness.